Sudden decision that shocked BTS fans and the military world. Jimin, a BTS member known for his stunning personality and high spirits, was transferred to a new division without prior notice. This decision gave rise to various speculations that led to alleged conspiracies or outside pressure that may have been involved. Meanwhile, BTS fans, especially the ARMY, are clamoring for further explanations from Big Hit Music and the military. Jimin, who is currently serving his military duty in the Fire Direction Center (FDC) unit, was recently transferred to another division for reasons that are still not entirely clear. This decision came so suddenly, causing confusion among fans and members of the military. More surprisingly, the decision came shortly after an emotional moment of separation between Jimin and Jungkook, who served as a cook in the military. Jimin's profound departure leaves Jungkook in a state of grief and loss. However, this decision not only surprised BTS fans. Within the military sphere, many questioned the reasons behind this move. Is this solely an administrative decision, or is there external pressure influencing? As time went on, more and more questions arose as to what was really going on behind the scenes. BTS fans, consisting of millions of soldiers around the world, began to show their reaction by questioning this decision. Many felt that they were entitled to a further explanation as to why Jimin had been moved so suddenly. The hashtag Jimin deserves answers immediately appeared on various social media platforms, with fans demanding that Big Hit Music, the agency that houses BTS, provide clarification on what exactly happened. Jimin is one of the BTS members who is very close to his fans and friends in the military. Why was he suddenly removed without further explanation? "What the hell is going on?" wrote one fan on Twitter, describing his confusion. Not only fans, a number of sources close to the situation also began to talk about the vagueness surrounding the decision. "I'm not sure why he was transferred. It was very sudden and there was no official explanation. To be honest, I felt that something was wrong," said a soldier who knew Jimin in the FDC unit. Speculation as to the reasons behind this decision grew more and more over time. Some within the military began to suspect that outside pressure influenced the decision. One of the theories circulating is that this decision may be related to Jimin's status as a member of BTS who is very famous in the entertainment world. Jimin, who has global influence as a K-pop idol, may be considered too famous to remain in a particular division. BTS is a global phenomenon. Jimin's presence in certain military units could attract greater attention than the military wanted. There may be concerns regarding the image of the military if excessive attention is paid to one BTS member, said a military analyst who asked not to be named. In addition, there are also those who argue that this displacement may be related to internal problems within the military. A number of soldiers who were met at the base revealed that the decision was felt very unfair because they really appreciated the presence of Jimin, who was able to provide encouragement and motivation in the midst of the rigors of military life. Jimin brings incredible positive energy. The decision to move him without a clear explanation is very disappointing, said one of the soldiers who felt the loss of the figure of Jimin in their unit. Until now, neither Big Hit Music nor the military have provided an adequate explanation of the reasons behind Jimin's move. The Big Hit Party only gave a general statement that the decision was taken in the interests of Jimin's duties and welfare, but did not disclose further details. Meanwhile, among BTS fans, this vagueness further added to their disappointment. "We need a clearer explanation. Jimin deserves to know why he was transferred. We deserve to know," said one fan who was disappointed by the lack of communication from the agency and the military. This decision further exacerbated tensions among fans and related parties. Many felt that this action was not only a matter of military administration alone, but also had to do with larger social and political dynamics. With the popularity of BTS expanding around the world, many are concerned that the decision may be influenced by factors larger than just operational needs. BTS is a symbol of global culture, and decisions like this can affect their image. Is this just a matter of military duty, or are there larger considerations that we don't know about? Wrote a fan on social media. Jimin's transfer from an FDC military unit to another division still leaves many questions unanswered. While BTS fans and some in the military have demanded further explanations, the lack of clarity has led to speculation about the factors that played a role in the decision. Is this a purely administrative decision, or is there outside pressure that is not known to the public? To be sure, Jimin and Jungkook's breakup, which was tinged with tears and sadness, has shaken many people. And although Jimin and Jungkook continue to serve in the military, the controversy surrounding the move has not abated, leaving many fans waiting for a clearer answer from bighit and the military. The sudden decision to remove Jimin from the FDC military unit raises more questions than it answers. As speculation grows among BTS fans, many feel that this is more than just an administrative move. There are suggestions that the decision may have a more complicated connotation, involving political factors, BTS's huge influence, and even a potential conspiracy involving the military or bighit. Not a few think that Jimin's transfer is not a decision made entirely by the military. With BTS' immense popularity, the question arises whether the military is worried that international attention to Jimin during his military service will damage their image. Some argue that this decision could have been motivated by a desire to avoid excessive media scrutiny. Jimin is a global idol, and his status could have sparked more attention in the military that they might not have felt needed, a pop culture analyst said. It is possible that the military felt that by transferring it to another division, they could avoid any disruption that might arise. This statement received a lot of attention from fans who felt that Jimin, despite taking his duties seriously, did not deserve to be treated this way simply because of his popularity. Do BTS and Jimin have to hide because of their fame? Why is their influence considered a problem? A fan wrote on Twitter, expressing his disappointment with the decision. Since the first news of Jimin's move emerged, bighit Music has not given a detailed explanation of the reasons for the decision. Only a brief statement was given. This decision was taken in the interest of Jimin's duty and well-being. However, the answer did not satisfy many, especially the fans who felt that they deserved to know more about the situation. I don't understand why bighit didn't provide more information. Jimin is a big part of BTS, and we deserve to know what's really going on. One fan wrote in an online forum. Of course, the vagueness provided by bighit only exacerbated the growing speculation. Some have suggested that bighit deliberately covered up the real reason to avoid a bigger fuss. If they really care about the fans, they have to be more open. This is a big deal, added another fan who felt let down by the lack of transparency. Another speculation that arose was the possibility of political interference in this decision. Given BTS's huge influence on the international stage, some suspect that there are those who may not want BTS, and in particular Jimin, to get excessive attention during his military service. After seeing how much attention Jimin has received from around the world, there could be concerns that the growing media spotlight on him could harm the military's image, said a source close to the situation. Of course, this is a controversial view, and there is no concrete evidence to suggest any political intervention in the decision. However, it cannot be denied that BTS is a global phenomenon, and everything related to them often receives tremendous international attention. In any case, the decision to move Jimin so deeply, this decision raises further questions. The emotional farewell between Jimin and Jungkook at the military gate really adds a new dimension to this controversy. Jungkook, who served as a cook in the military, looked very depressed and cried while escorting Jimin to his new division. The loss of a friend who had served together during this time certainly had a great emotional impact on Jungkook. However, what is more interesting is whether this decision will affect the relationship between Jungkook and Jimin in the long run. Jungkook has always been very close to Jimin. Losing Jimin in the middle of his duty must have been painful for him, said a source at the base. However, what is more interesting is how this breakup will affect their cooperation in BTS after returning to civilian life. Of course, this is speculation, but the tension that arises between the two of them can have a long-term impact on their relationship, both personally and professionally. The big question that remains is who is really in control of these decisions? Is this a purely military decision, or is there a greater role for bighit in regulating the direction of BTS members' careers and personal lives during their service? Some are suspicious that bighit may have more influence than he admits. bighit certainly has a lot of control over BTS's career, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were involved in this decision, said one entertainment industry observer.